Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Becoming Masterclass. My intention for today and for this morning is to create a space and an experience for you to tap into the woman that you are becoming. So this is something that I think is really, really important for all of us. It's a very powerful thing that a lot of us don't always look at, I would say. It's something that we maybe choose to ignore. And I say that because we kind of go through our day and our life and our experience, and it's just like go, 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 off, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that, ping, ping, ping. And then all of a sudden you may be in a space where you're like, I am not where I want to be. And you have two choices. You can either sit there and be like, why? What am I doing? How did I get to this space? And kind of beat yourself up. But what's the point in that? There's no point. There's no point in doing it that way. Or you can say, okay, where am I at right now? Where do I desire to be? And then and here's the disconnect. A lot of the times we're like, okay, well, cool. What action steps do I need to take to get to where I am now, to where I want to be? But the question that we need to be asking ourselves is, who do I get to become to be the person that I want to be? Because it all starts within us. It all starts within us. And so what we're going to be talking about today in this journey of becoming is about, how do I become? How do I embody? How do I move into the space of, this is who I desire to be in the future? How do I get to become that woman today? And this is it's a transformational experience, and it's an experience. And so what this is about is, it's not just about the mindset. It's not just about, okay, these are the action steps that I've got to take to get from who I am now to who I am becoming. It's not just that. It's so much more. And in order to have that pivot and that shift, we've really got to look at, well, where are we right now? And where do we want to go? So this training is going to be interactive. This is going to be a space where I'm going to ask questions. So I would love for you to respond with me. And then I'm also going to give you, I don't like to call it homework, I call it joyful activities that you get to do. Just some questions to ask yourself after this masterclass, where you can dive in and really be real and honest with yourself about, who am I choosing to become? And then what do I get to do to become that woman now? Now, I think a lot of the times, this is such an esoteric question, and people say this kind of stuff all the time, but it's like, how do you actually do this? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So as you guys are here and hopping on, I see people here now. Hi, Claire. Hi, Lakeisha. Hi, Sarah. Hello, hello. By the way, as I'm asking you guys these questions, none of these answers are wrong. Absolutely none of these answers are wrong, okay? I would love to hear where you are wanting to go, because if you're not sure where you're going, then how are we gonna know what to shift, okay? So I would love to hear what you are wanting to shift in your life. Now, this can be a lot of different things, right? This can be, I wanna be healthier. This can be, I want to have a better relationship with my partner. This can be, I want to have a stronger connection with my children. This can be, I want to be a more present mother. This can be, like, there's so many different things. And this can be, I want to finally start that business that I've been talking about forever. Or this can be, I've started a business and I have a few clients. I've created a program, but I want this to be like a sustainable thing and I want this to be my main income source. It can be, I'm doing well in my business. I have something consistent. I quit my job, but now I'm ready to grow and scale. So let me know where you are at. Hi, Carolina. Hi, Lakeisha. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let me know where you're at of what you're wanting to create. Because when we look at what we're wanting to create and who we are desiring to be and what we are choosing to be, this is where we get to start to identify, well, who do I get to become? And we're going to talk about not just who are we becoming and what we get to choose to shift, but we're also going to be talking about like, what are the not just mindset things that get to change, the energetics that get to change, but also where are things in your body that are blocking you from stepping into taking the action to be the woman that you desire to be. So as you guys are sharing where you're going, I'm actually gonna go grab my phone charger because I didn't realize this was at 20%. So let me just real quick do that. I'll be right back. La-ti-da, all good. Awesome, Lakeisha. Okay. So, and like, I'll be honest with you guys, I can share mine. So I have a sustainable business, my coaching business. I have programs. I have a mastermind. I'm so excited for this round of the Embodied Mastermind and the women that are in it. Like, so excited. And it's moving into a space where I'm having these quarterly masterminds, and I really want high level women who are ready to actually like step into making their business a sustainable thing that they're choosing to up level, right? So, hi Jamie. So it's not something that you're like, yeah, I'm doing it a little bit. I'm kind of part-time here. You're like all in, you're ready to grow and scale, consistent, replacing your full-time income, $10,000 a month, those types of vibes. And actually I don't really care about the income you're making. It's more of the person that you're being. So anyways, so that's my mastermind and everything. But, I'm consistently making, 20, this month we're almost at $25,000 a month. So we're doing well. But I'm also like ready to move into like getting closer to that, 50, 70K. Like I'm ready to have $1 million year. Right. And I know that's a big jump, people would say, but I'm also like, yeah, I'm ready. It's time. And it's not from a space of like, meh, I want to. It's just like, I'm ready. I'm here to grow the impact. I'm here to up level who I am and becoming. And so it's like the people that I get to work with are in that up leveled space. So those are the spaces that I'm stepping into becoming. And I'm sharing this with you because I know, and this is part of the inspiration for creating this training for y'all, is like, I know that I'm in a space of expansion, and I know I'm in a space of my embodiment of the work that I do, but also being like, okay, this is the woman I'm desiring to become. I'm ready to be her now. I'm ready to step into that space. And so as I'm telling you guys these things, I'm sharing with you the action steps that I'm doing, I'm choosing, and I'm taking to make these things that I desire, not just in my business, but geez, like being a better wife, being more present with my husband, improving my communication even more. Like the spaces that I desire to grow and up level in, I am acting as if I am that woman now. And this is a huge space that a lot of people talk about, but it's like, yeah, but how? We're talking about that today. And so I really want you guys to share and be clear with like, what do I want? What do I desire? Is it the thing that I've said I've been wanting to do? I know there's so many people in here who are like, I really wanted to do a business. I wanted to, grow on, but like, why haven't you? What is stopping you? Why are you not moving forward in those spaces? Because like, if it's a desire on your heart, then of course it gets to happen. Of course. So let's work through what is getting in the way of you stepping into becoming the woman that you are meant to be now. Okay, so I'm seeing some shares. Okay, Lakeisha, I have 4 clients. I'm ready to shift to a more sustainable business. I would love to drop from full-time to on-call, work from home. I'm ready to grow and scale and expand. Amazing. Okay, ready for $5,000 months. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I always tell people that when you're in that space of like, I have a few and I'm ready to grow for more, what is that thing? So for you, Lakeisha, it might be, in order to step away from my full-time job, my business needs to feel expansive, it needs to feel light, but it needs to also feel consistent, and that like I have $5,000 a month coming in, that feels really good. Now I can step away from being full-time. So it's like, okay, great, this is the goal. This is a clear step that needs to happen in order for me to take the action steps that I've got to take to get to where I want to be. Perfect. It feels hard working 40 plus hours a week and being a mom. Yeah, so I also feel like, and I'm going to say this, and this is kind of just the space and how it is, there is a time where it does feel like a lot. I'm going to be honest. There is. When I was building my coaching business, I was also running a private practice full time. And so when you're running a practice, it's not just the 35 plus patients a week I was seeing. It was the billing. It was the, calling new people. It was all that. So that in and of itself was like 60 hours plus growing and building my business, plus, being in a serious relationship. At the time, I didn't have children or anything like that. So I understand that like we all have these responsibilities, and you've got to be like this, and this is a really important thing. So I'm answering for you, Lakeisha, because you're giving me specific examples, and I would love to hear from the others who are on live what you're at, because if you state it and declare it out into the world and be real and honest with how it feels, you're gonna like take that off of your chest and be like, hey, universe, I need some help here. And I'm here to like coach and support you through this. So what I'm saying, Lakeisha, is that and this is for anyone who feels like, but it feels hard, but it feels heavy, but it feels like a lot. Like those feelings are going to show up, and it is going to feel hard, and it is going to be in this space of, but how? I'm working so much. I have a child. I have these responsibilities. I have all this, and I want to grow this business. It's about, do you really truly desire to work from home? Do you really truly desire to have the business? Do you desire to do that? If the answer is yes, if it's this full body yes, and I invite you to use muscle testing, I always place my hands on my heart and ask, and if I feel that pull forward, then it's a yes. If it's a pull back, then it's a no, or you can do muscle testing this way. There's lots of different ways people do it. But if you feel that yes, it's like, and I'm going for it, and I'm doing it, and it's not going to always feel this hard. And you also get to choose how it feels. Now, if you love your coaching business and you love the work that you do, when you're working on it, it's not going to feel like work. It's not. And it's going to be in a space where you're like, okay, this is challenging. It's going to take some extra time out of my day, my life. I'm maybe going to sleep a little bit less. I'm going to feel blah, 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 blah. And I'm still doing it. And I'm still doing it. And this is the mindset shift. So we're going to talk about the mindset piece that gets to shift and pivot for us as we move into the woman that we are becoming. But it's like, I am choosing to be the woman that has a business that is successful, that is consistent, that gives me the opportunity to step away from my full-time job, to be able to do it part-time, so that I get to be present with my children. I get to be a more present mama. I get to have a business and something that I've built and created for myself. That is motivation in and of itself to be like, you know what? I'm going to stay up 30 minutes and I'm going to work on this piece of content. I'm going to stay up a little bit longer and I'm going to do this. This is the woman that I am choosing to be. This is what I am creating. And so I am acting as if that is happening right now in my reality. And I am doing the things that feel hard, that feel challenging, that bring up fear. Fear shows up when we are growing. I've said this to people so often. And the interesting thing is, y'all, I have done like anything and everything you can do online in the online world. I have done it. I have done coaching. I have done masterminds and group programs. I have done courses. I have done workshops. I have done network marketing. I have done affiliate marketing. I have done sales. I have been on a sales team and I have made sales calls. I'm trying to think of all the other things. I've written a book. I have written a group book. I've done all of them. All of them felt hard and uncomfortable in the beginning. I've built a physical business, physical in-person practice. All of it feels hard. All of it is like, I have no idea what I'm doing. All of it is terrifying. All of it is like, I can't believe I'm putting my heart on the line. No one believes in me. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. But if you believe it in your heart and your soul, if you believe it in the beingness of who you are, you lean into the fear and you do it. Now, what I want you to know is I'm not just talking about business in this. If you've wanted a relationship and you've been in a relationship, or shoot, if you've been married, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. It's work. It's communication. It's having difficult conversations. It's saying, this is what I'm scared of. This is what I'm afraid of. Where are you at? What are you thinking? All of those are scary. All of those bring up fear. All of those are like, any of you who are a mom, you're like, I don't know what I am doing. I am raising a human being. I have birthed a human being. Something has grown inside of me. Like, oh my gosh, look what you did. You didn't know what you were doing when you were pregnant for the first time. You didn't know what you were doing when you had your first child, and maybe you have one and maybe now you have 6, but you figured it out. And you were like, I think this is a really good analogy. Okay, think about this, right? You're pregnant, right? You are a mother. You are becoming a mother. And you are starting to act as if you are a mother before that baby arrives. You nurture it. You love it. You adjust things for yourself for that child. You adjust how you sleep if you need to sleep more. You adjust your food that you're eating. You adjust the types of activities you're doing. You make these, you can call them sacrifices, but you make these pivots in your life to be like, I am becoming a mother. Even before that child arrives, the moment you are like, oh my gosh, I am pregnant, I am a mother. You've now shifted your identity into, I am a mother. Now you get to act as if you are that mother. You start to shift your choices, your perspectives, okay, this isn't just about myself. How do I get to nourish myself? And this is what's really important. When you are pregnant, you've got to look at, how do I get to nourish myself and fuel myself so that I can be the best mother I can be for this baby. If you do not take care of yourself while you are pregnant, it's going to be a rough pregnancy, right? It's the same thing when you become a mother. You've got to take care of you and fuel your desires in order to take care of that child, right? And there are going to be moments where it feels hard, and there are going to be moments where you have to put yourself aside and take care of them first. Yes, there will be. And you've got to decide who you are becoming before that child arrives. And when it happens, it's scary and terrifying and so exciting all at the same time, a mix of emotions. And then you decide every single day, I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm not going to be perfect, and it's going to be scary, and all of these new things happen, but you always figure it out. Or you get help and support. This is the same thing I'm talking about. Does this make sense? Especially for those of you who are mothers, I think you'll understand this shift and what this can look like for you and yourself. Who is the woman you are choosing to become in order to have the transition to the goal that you have in your life? What are you desiring to have and be and create? Those are the action steps that you get to have and take in whatever you're going for in your life. Awesome, Lakeisha. Yeah, I think it's very real and true with everything we are talking about today. Every single thing. So, what I want you to look at right now, as you're looking at who am I choosing to become, who am I becoming, is, okay, first thing is where am I going? What do I want? What do I desire? And you've got to be clear with that. And it doesn't, now, if you're like, I don't know, you can just say, I desire to be a healthier person. Okay, what does that healthier person look like? What does that do? What does that mean for you? Okay, that means drinking more water. Which, by the way, hold on, I'm going to drink some water. That means getting more sleep. That means being conscious of the food I'm putting in my mouth and how I'm fueling my body. That means exercise in some way and movement. That means what is my mindset? What are the thoughts I'm thinking? That means how am I learning and growing each day? You know, being a healthy person can mean so many different things for so many people, but it's like, what do you want? What are you desiring? And what does that look like for you? Okay? So what do you desire? And what does that look like really look like for you? Okay? Now, we know where we're going. The more clear we are on that, the better. Now, back to that pregnancy analogy, you're like, okay, right now, I'm pregnant. Holy shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God. And panic sets in, right? There's like two things. I'm so excited. We've been trying for so long. This is the most amazing thing. And then 2 seconds later, oh my God, I'm terrified, right? So sometimes your current situation can feel like this dichotomy, this duality of like pure joy and excitement, and then like the scariest, biggest fear of your life. Those can show up at the same exact time. So for those of you who are looking at it from a business perspective and you're like, yes, I'm ready to start my business, I'm ready to do my thing, it is so exciting. It's so exciting. I know what that feels like. And you're like, yes, I'm doing it. This is a thing that I've been wanting to do for so long. Yes, yes, yes. And then you're like, holy shit, how do I actually do this? So here's the thing, and here's what this gets to be, is you know where you're going, you know where you're at right now, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited and I'm so scared. Those things are showing up at the same time. Excitement and fear, excitement and fear, excitement and fear, and you're fluctuating, you're going back and forth. You're like taking one step forward. You're like, yes, I feel good, I feel excited. All right, I'm taking action. We'll use the business example. I'm posting stuff. Oh my God, I got my first client. This feels so fun. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, this feels good. And then next day you're like, oh, this is really hard. Oh, I don't know what to write. Oh my God, what is my mom gonna say when she sees what I'm doing? I mean, y'all, when I started writing about spiritual work and channeling and being able to like channel the divine through me, my mom was like, Katie, like, what are you doing? This is a little nuts. Like, are you kidding? And I had people to be like, wait, I thought you were a physical therapist. I thought you were a doctor. Like, what are you doing? Oh, you're just like playing with this thing online? Like, why are you on social media all the time? Like, what is this? You can't talk to God or angels. Like, no, that's only for priests, or that's, all these things. I'm like, okay, awesome. All right, well, this is something that's like pouring out of my heart and soul, and it feels like the most at home I've ever been. And now all these people that have known me for my whole life and who love me and care about me are telling me that I'm crazy and that I'm doing something different, and that like I'm shunned from the religious upbringing I had, and like this is not something that's possible for humans. But then inside of my soul, it's like, but this is right. And then you think, oh God, what am I doing? This is crazy. What was I thinking? And you stop. And you shut the computer. You put it away, and you're like, God, that was such a crazy idea. But then there's something deep inside of you that's like, no, this is what you're meant to do. Keep going. So in those moments where you are looking at your reality of where you're at right now, and you know where you want to go, and you go into these waves of excitement, fear, excitement, fear, excitement, fear, excitement, fear. Yes, this feels good. Oh my God, this is horrible. Those are the moments where you get to choose and you get to look at, who am I becoming? Am I the woman who sees the fear and keeps going? Am I the woman who has the doubts, has the hesitations in her body, has the, oh my gosh, what are all these people thinking? And says, I choose to listen to myself, my intuition, my gut. I choose to move forward. You get to decide who you are becoming. And in those moments where you want to stop, where fear shows up, where there's doubt, where everyone is telling you you're crazy, those are the moments that get to define the woman you are becoming. So this here, this space is the mindset shift that gets to happen. Who am I becoming? Declare it, decide it, believe it, and know that the evidence will not show up right away. But the more you decide to act from the woman you are becoming, and you can say, yes, these people don't believe in me. Yes, these people have fears and doubts. But you know what? I know who I am. I know who I am choosing to be and become. And you remember that you are absolutely 100% strong enough to take the actions, and you keep going. And you keep going. And you keep going. And you say, thank you, fear. Fear shows up as a space where I grow. I step through this. You walk with the fear. You move beyond the doubts and the hesitations and all of the naysayers, if you will. And you say, I choose to act as the woman I am becoming. So it's that mindset shift. So you've really got to look at, what is the mindset shift that gets to happen for you to move into the woman you are becoming. Okay? So here we go. Recap for where we're at right now. Where are you going? What do you want to have? Where are you at right now? And now, where are these moments, these waves, these peaks and valleys that show up in your life? Fear, excitement, fear, excitement. In those moments of fear and doubt, how do you get to tap into that excitement and say, I am the woman who, and you move forward? Because remember, fear shows up in a space of growth. Also, fear, I've said this many times, so if you haven't heard me say this, I'll share this from a neurological perspective. Fear and anxiety and excitement show up in the same, and excitement and joy show up same way physiologically in your body. Your heart rate increases, you maybe start sweating, you get a little nervous, you can't logically think, it's like your emotions are taking over. Your sympathetic nervous system is like, bing, 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 bing. All of that happens the same. It happens the same in both a moment of fear, of your like fight or flight, okay, I gotta go, and also in the space of excitement, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I've gotta go. You're not like normally logically thinking there. So when you feel that in your body and you're like, oh my God, you just choose. What does this mean? What does this feeling physically in my body mean? Okay, it's scary. Awesome. That also means I'm growing. Okay, I'm excited. You get to shift from fear into excitement and joy. And then you tap into the feeling of excitement and joy each time fear shows up, each time you get to grow. And now I invite you to reframe it in your mind. Oh my gosh, fear, exciting. Wait a second. This is my opportunity to choose the woman I am becoming. I'm going to choose to be her. I'm going to choose to be her now. Let's go. Let's go. And then it's like, now you're pumped and you're excited. Do you see how you get to pivot that? It's so powerful. It's so powerful. So the next space in this is like, okay, how do I act as if the woman I am becoming, right? You get to choose in that moment of definition, fear, or excitement. Now, in that space, you get to now move into, okay, you've made the mindset shift. Okay, I'm choosing to be this woman. I'm going to choose to lean into the thing. I'm going to do the stuff that feels hard right now and know that as I keep going through this, it's only temporary. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep growing. It's not going to be here forever. I will shift. I know I will shift. I know I will shift. I know I will shift. Okay? Now you get to look at, okay, there's still things that are blocking you from becoming that person now. There is a space of consistency that you've got to just keep going and trust that the evidence will show up. But you also get to look at where in your body is something potentially stuck, blocked, preventing you, maybe as a hook. I have a woman that keeps having this, one of my private clients has had hip pain for so long, and what we were able to identify is what that hip pain was actually a representation of the energy of all of these people holding her back, and a lot of it came from her body image and how she didn't like her legs and how she was feeling and all these kinds of things. But it actually was an energetic pull from all of these people literally trying to hold her back, hold her hip, and hold her from taking the steps forward that she needed to take. When we were able to identify that and unpack that and release some of those feelings and emotions that were stuck and trapped in her body, the hip pain went away. And so what happens with our emotions and our energies is they do get stored in our body. We have physical, I have a doctorate in this. You have physical pain and you have physical symptoms and you have things that show up physically in your body. And you also have emotions that get stored there that can block you from moving forward. So we're gonna just take a moment and do a quick body scan. And I want you to just close your eyes. And I want you to tune into your body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and let it go. And I want you to just start at the top of your head. We're just going to scan and move down. And I want you to notice anything that feels like a stuckness, a block, a restriction. Just notice it and notice how it feels. So starting at the crown of your head and slowly moving down your face and down into your neck, on the back of your head, your shoulders, and down your right arm to your elbow, your forearm, your wrist, your right hand, over to the left side of your body, your left shoulder, left arm, elbow, forearm, hand. Moving back up to your chest, your throat, moving down your breasts, your upper back, your middle back, lower back, your belly, your womb, your hips, your right leg, your right butt cheek, your right thigh, knee, calf, foot, your left hip, your left buttock, your left thigh, left knee, left calf and shin, your left foot. Just notice and scan your body and see any space that feels blocked, restricted, stuck. I want you to breathe into that space in your body. And now when I say breathe into it, all you're doing is just bringing some attention and awareness to it. And then as you exhale, exhale longer and just let that space release. If you can, give that space of tension and stuckness a color, how it feels. If it feels dark and heavy and dense, maybe it's black or dark purple. If it feels painful, it's fiery, it's red, it's whatever color pops into your mind. See that color, feel that color. And then pull that out of your body and start to spin that color. So it's almost like a ball, and you spin the ball, 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 until it stops. I want you to go ahead and try to spin it another way. If you don't see anything, don't worry about it. Just have this intention. As it's spinning the other way, now the ball starts to change and shift, whatever color it is, into this white light. It's spinning and spinning into a white, golden healing light. This white light is now expansive. It's moving across your whole entire body. It's swirling and swirling and coming over your body, over the crown of you. That this white healing light is now shining over your whole entire body. Allow that light to now shine over you as you sit, palms facing up, and experiencing this light pouring over your body. And allow that light to just melt down through your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus in your core, your sacral chakra in your womb, your root chakra, your base and foundation. Allow that white healing light to pour over your entire body, all the way to the crown of your head, to the tips of your toes. Allow it to heal, cleanse, and release anything that feels blocked or stuck. And in this moment, place your hands over your heart and decide, this is the woman I choose to become. I choose to release anything that is blocking me from becoming the woman I am meant to be. Breathe into that sensation, that expansion, and that fullness. And exhale and release. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes as it all integrates into your body, into your being, and into your presence. So I just did a little energetic rewire for you. So what I would love to hear is, as you had that experience, did you notice an area of your body that felt blocked? So what's cool about doing it in this way is, and I've done this a lot of different ways. I actually have a meditation that is kind of similar in the way that I just did it. And there's a really powerful thing that happens when you're able to identify and put a tag on some part of your body, how it feels, but bring that space to our awareness, and then you can choose to release it. And then sometimes if you add a color to it, it can be either the chakra that's blocked, the emotion that shows up that has a representation of a color. You put a tag on that, and then you can rewire it, you can respin it, you can choose it, you can shift it into a white healing light. So that was just a little energetic shift that I just felt called to do for y'all. So Jamie, I was reading this morning about the dorsal vagal nerve complex and this fight for the freeze, how we can discharge the freeze. Humming stimulates, deactivates the amygdala. Yes, so there's so many, Jamie, yes, there's so many different ways that you can shift your nervous system and all of those kinds of things. Humming is also, there's different breath work, and there's different things for each of the chakras. Humming, and also it's called like bumblebee breath, is a way, and you can do it where you block out all of your sensory systems, and you're able to just bring that vibration, which is why frequency and healing frequency is really powerful. But you bring that frequency in, and you cut out all the other sensory input, and it allows you to shift into a space where different spaces of your nervous system are active. So yeah, there's so many different tools. And this is something that I love to say, is that we get to, everything I teach, and anytime, if you guys ever done a program with me, I give you so many different tools. It's about finding a tool that works for you. So there's tons of different breathwork techniques that allow you to pivot and shift in that fight, flight, or freeze. A very simple thing to also do is if you take 6 deep breaths in any moment, you will be able to shift from sympathetic nervous system, fight, flight, or freeze, to parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. You can do it with humming. You can do it with various like breath work techniques. There's so many tools. It's about finding a tool that works for you. So if that tool works for you, beautiful, perfect, do it. There's this trauma response that gets triggered in our brain when our amygdala fires, and we're not able to, when your amygdala is firing, you're in a fear response, you're not able to fire the frontal lobe and the front of your brain that will actually allow you to use your cognitive thinking and higher level thinking and executive functioning to be like, how do I problem solve all of this stuff? So there's so many different tools, and it's just find a tool that works for you. I used to, and when I'm very focused, I actually hold my breath. So simply breathing is such a powerful tool that helps shift things so often for people. So that clearing that we just did is a tool. Right? It's a tool that, you can listen back to this masterclass and you can plug in and you can redo that. I have a meditation that you can get on you can opt in and it'll be emailed to you if you ever want that. It's my energetic rewire, release and rewire meditation. If you want that, just let me know. But yes, so it's interesting. You do the same thing when you're excited. Yeah, so we can use our breath, we can use our mind, we can use movements, we can use all these tools to shift our body and shift our mind. But again, circling back to the theme of this masterclass is, who are you choosing to become? Who are you choosing to become, and how do you get to act in that way? And understand that things are going to happen in our life that will hold us back into that fear, that doubt, that, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I can't do this. That will happen at no matter what level you're at in your life. And so you get to decide, who is the woman that I am becoming? What action steps do I get to take to embody that woman now? So how we step into the space of becoming the woman that we desire to be is through embodiment. Embodiment work is actually this conversation that Jamie just brought up, a lot of breath work, a lot of movement, a lot of identification of what's going on in my chakras, how do I clear it, how do I release it? But embodiment work is also deciding that this is a woman I'm becoming, I am embodying that woman now, I am choosing to act in that space, and I have done the practices, I have done the work, and I am becoming that. I am doing the work that I say I am going to do. And this is a space, and I talked about this when I was talking about this masterclass, is like, we've got to practice what we've preached. We've got to follow through with the things that we say we're doing. The advice we give to other people, are we taking that ourselves? Are we embodying the woman that we know we are meant to be? Stepping into who we are choosing to become, that process is a process of embodiment. And becoming the embodied woman, you will 100% be who you desire to be. It may not happen overnight, and it will happen through the process of embodiment. So, I've shared with you guys some tools here today, and I've given you that meditation / energetic rewire is something that you can plug into at any moment. But if you are deciding to become who you want to be, whether that's in a business, whether that's in health, whether that is in how you're showing up in relationships, you've got to embody that woman now. So this is something that has been on my heart, and aside from the Activate Your Magic program, is probably a huge extension of who I am and why I'm here, which is embodiment work. To me, this is a fusion of all of the knowledge that I have, and what I have decided to do, and what actually channeled through me was embodied. All of this work is coming out embodied, embodiment, boom. So I have created the Embodied program. It's a 22-day program. Here's the thing, guys. I don't have a sales page on it. This is something, if you feel like I want this, yes, come join. It's 22 days. It's going to be a fusion of a training like we just did today, journal prompts some days, meditations some days, channeled messages through me some days. You're going to get a little bit of everything. It's in a private Facebook group. All of the stuff will also be emailed to you. You have access to it forever. It's a 22-day kind of experience, container, immersion, where you really get to embody who you are choosing to become. It's going to start on Cinco de Mayo. And I had adjusted the pricing because it feels like this is so important that I am like, this is the right number. So now through the weekend, it is on early bird for $555, and there is a payment plan. We start on May 5th, 5/5, and it goes for 22 days. Every single day there's going to be something released. Now, it's not going to be in a space of overwhelm where there's an hour-long training every single day. It's not that vibe. It is, hey, today here's a meditation for you to tune into. Hey, today here's a journal prompt for you to dive into. Hey, today this is a longer training. Today we're going to do a Q&A. And you'll have all of that in advance when there's live, when there are the Q&As and things like that, so that you can energetically prepare. I'm so excited about this. If you feel like you want to really step into the embodied woman and become who you desire to be, this is the program for you. This is something that is, for me, going to be so fun and so expansive. And it's really the space of leaning into the fear and deciding to be excited and moving into the space of growth and expansion. And so I'm going to give you lots of tools, just like some of the things that we did today. So yeah, it's trainings, it's breath work, it's meditations, it's channeling, it's practical. Hey, here's the practical steps to do. So I'll just put in here, join the embodied program here. And so you have, that link right there is just the payment. So to sign up, pay in full, or the payment plan, everything will be emailed to you, and you'll be invited to join the Facebook group. The Facebook group opens on May 5th. And like I said, you get training every single day. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing, join that program. If you desire to embody this in your business on a deeper level, that's what the Embodied Mastermind is for. Some people were confused. So I have a mastermind that is higher level, where we have weekly calls, a Voxer. That's a higher level thing. We have a mini one for the next 2 months, and then I have them quarterly. So if that's something that you feel like, oh my gosh, I need that in my life, send me a private message and we can see if that's a fit for you. There's limited spaces, and I have like maybe 1 spot left for May. It's kind of full, but I can, if it's the right person, I have 1 more spot left. And then there's spots open for the one that starts in July. So if you feel pulled for any of these things, or you desire to dive deeper, to really step into the woman you are choosing to become, these are ways. Obviously, you can work with me one-on-one. Just reach out if you have a question. That's all I have for you today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I invite you to decide the woman you are becoming today. And then how does that woman act? And where are those moments where fear shows up when you're like, oh, how do you get to tap into that, into the heart, the energy and the vibration of who you are and who you choose to be, and say, this is who I decide to be. This is the woman I am choosing to become, and to act from that space. And if you desire deeper support on it, that's what the Embodied program is for. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I love you. I appreciate you. If you know somebody who would love this masterclass, invite them to this group and tag them in this video. This video will be here forever. You guys can plug back into it. Remember that you are magic. Thank you. My name is Katie Henry. Reach out if you have any questions. I love you all, and have a beautiful day.